So a police dog attacks a suspect and removes his eye. And of course, eyewitness accounts differ from police reports. Trigger warning. It's one of those stories.
The canine has been taken off the job. I spoke with a man who was attacked by that police dog. He believes it was way too aggressive and wanted to share his story with us to make sure this doesn't happen to someone else.
When it grabbed me, it didn't let up. He wasn't acting like a dog that had any control over himself.
30-year-old Terrell Bradley is now missing one eye, and his hand was chewed up after a canine attacked him following a traffic stop.
Yeah, I feel like nobody shouldn't get pulled over on a traffic stop and leave without an eye and get ate up by a dog.
Gainesville police said an officer tried to stop Bradley for a traffic violation 2 weeks ago. The officer said he saw contraband and believed Bradley was acting suspiciously. When the officer patted down Bradley, they say he attacked the officer and ran away. They say there were loaded guns in his car. The officer ran Bradley's name and found he was a convicted felon. Officers started looking for him with a canine, and the police dog found him hiding behind the bushes when the dog took him down. Bradley tells me he ran because he felt the officer was being aggressive from the start and he felt unsafe.
Y'all need to train people to, despite what they see, despite what they run up and check on you, whenever they run behind you and they run your tag plate and information, so now they feel like because you're passed or whatever, they got to treat you a different way. I just want to be that voice and be like, I feel like those people need to be treated fairly too.
The Gainesville police chief released a statement saying, "Let me begin by saying it is never the intent of our officers to injure anyone we encounter. We understand that this incident has brought up many emotions and our neighbors have questions."
So just to be clear, eyewitness reports that as far as him getting physical with the officer, it was only him pushing off to run from the officer. Not really what I would call a physical confrontation. These are the charges that he's facing. I haven't seen anywhere where he's denied these, but there's ongoing case, so he may not be able to talk about it. Eyewitnesses also report that one of the officers found him in the bush and allowed the dog to jump on him. The dog wasn't even looking for him at that moment. And amazingly, they haven't released any body cam footage. Also, when they realized how bad he was injured and bleeding, they took him to the hospital, at which point they had a 2-hour conversation over whether they should let him stay at that hospital where he couldn't get the treatment he needed or fly him out to another hospital. This is what the dog did to him. This is how his family found out where he was.